Today we go over to Doncaster. In fact, I'm hoping even maybe by the time this video comes out, because I'm doing this on Wednesday, but the vote for DSA is taking place today. There is very, very much so a hope that this vote is going to pass. Very, very much so. If this does pass, then DSA goes on course to be reopened. And that will be great. But more importantly, DSA will not be privately owned. It will be a public company. It will be something that the people of South Yorkshire own. It will be something that belongs to us, not owned by a private company who, at the drop of a hat, may just go, nah, we'd rather just, close it down and just, build a load of houses all over it, like Peel Group have tried to do, bear in mind, with 2 different airports. So this is the first time they've tried that. Meanwhile, of course, what has been happening is, you remember, we've been following along with this. Reform UK and Doncaster have been the most saltiest people I have ever seen since they lost that mayoral election. Now, of course, they do control, or at least the controlling majority on the council, but of course, they do not, of course, control the mayor. And how Doncaster is set up is that the mayor isn't like a figurehead or like a spokesperson. No, the mayor is in charge. It is the mayor who is in charge. They make the decisions on that. So her entire campaign, Ross Jones's campaign, was, we are going to reopen DSA. We know it's an important factor for the region, gives jobs, infrastructure, business investment, huge investment opportunities in and around that. The whole plan to make this area a brand new, aerospace hub is generally quite fantastic, because it will match very, very well with the Sheffield advanced manufacturing area that they've also got set up, which is not too far away from that. So it is a perfect model to set it on, and it will be an incredible investment for this entire region. But who is the problem here? Who are the ones who are going to stop it? It's Reform. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Since day one, they have been doing everything they can to stop it. If they had won, DSA would not be reopening. I can guarantee you that. They might make some platitudes or announcement, or that they looked into it, but eventually, at the end of the day, what would have happened if Reform UK had took over? They'd have gone, yeah, too expensive, closed it and sold it off, and that would have essentially been the end of DSA forever. That is what their plan probably was to do, because they've never been interested in DSA at all from day one. And yet, even today, on Wednesday, there's still this unknown thing here. Will they or will they not go for it? Because it is they who are the ones who are potentially going to be the biggest blockers. So I might do another video about this, going, see, I told you these guys were the blockers on this. However, there is at least a little bit of hope. All the main business leaders, all the main chambers, Federation of Small Businesses, the Cutlery, the Society of Cutlers up here, all got together and wrote a letter. Now, let's be real. They wrote it to the Labour ministers, Reform, and the Conservatives. But let's face it, it's Reform. We all know it's Reform. The idea that they are sending a letter to the Labour people, who entire objective was, yeah, we want to open this. We want this to be open. And yet, it's who are the people who want this to stop? It is Reform. No one else. But this is just frustrating me, the fact that they've done this. But we're going to go over their letter, because I think it really spells out what this was. So this was, of course, the Yorkshire Post picking this up about this. So where we are. So the letter. So yes. So the decision, of course, about accepting from the South Yorkshire Mayoral Combined Authority the funds necessary to facilitate the reopening of Doncaster Sheffield Airport will, for years ahead, define Doncaster and the region's approach to economic development, its appetite for risk, and the scale of ambition. The stakes are high, but the rewards are potentially enormous, and they absolutely are. It is insane to think that Reform UK are going to stand in the way of this because they did not win the mayoral election. Let's not mince words. They are going to blow easily one of the biggest economic developments in and around not only Doncaster but for South Yorkshire for years, just because they are salty about losing an election. Make no mistake, if this does go through, they're going to be salty about it. Don't worry. They're going to be incredibly salty about it. Or they'll say, well, we had to vote this through. We felt we had to. We felt pressured to. Like I say, we'll see whether or not this passes tomorrow. Make no mistake. Like I say, I'm doing this on Wednesday. We'll see. But I do hope this honestly gets reopened. But the only reason this gets stopped is Reform UK. So they went on to say this. The reasons are so many businesses still now continued now to support the reopening of DSA is because now of the benefits for the economy are vast. Even an underperforming airport that closed its doors over 3 years ago was contributing something akin to over £100 million a year to the regional economy. So think about that. Think about that just for a second. Even though DSA was closed and not functioning as an airport, it was still contributing over £100 million a year. And that was it with its closed. And why is reopening this bad if it's contributing that much to the regional economy? So a functioning and, of course, well-run airport, they continue, could now even contribute significantly more, with enormous benefits now towards inward investment, tourism, international trade, logistics, skills, supply chains, and more besides. The airport is also the centre now to success now of the adjacent Gateway East development site, part of the South Yorkshire's investment zone. The economic prize here is huge. This cannot now be mithered by any other current South Yorkshire project. Which is, again, very true. The losses of £18.1 million are expected, of course, in the first 9 years of DSA operating, with projected profits of £230 million across the 15 years. After that, Mr. Coppard's office has previously highlighted the critical risk to success of the project, including a potential legal challenge to the planned subsidy to FlyDoncaster, as well now as being unable now to restructure sufficient airspace to support air traffic forecasts, and even concerns around the bleak clauses now in the current lease. The letters, of course, from the business leaders do say they are very eyes wide open to the significant risks, but say now the productive evidence for the councillors now to go ahead, saying that significant due diligence and work has now been completed all up to date, including the multiple pieces of work and for assurance work. We would also now strongly suggest and assert that the risks involved in not proceeding with this project now outweigh those of actually moving forward. Put simply, if South Yorkshire were to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory at this juncture, it is its credibility now with residents, businesses, investors, and government alike would be irreparably damaged. And I think that's true. Very, very much true. If you do see this project not go ahead, then let's say something big comes along in the future. Why is someone going to invest in South Yorkshire because of what happened to DSA? So Reform, if they block this tomorrow or today when this video comes out, if they block this, they could very well damage any other future prospects of any other large-scale development or business investment to South Yorkshire, because they'll always think, well, remember what happened to DSA. So I really do hope this goes through. I really do hope this goes through. It will be very, very disappointing if this doesn't. And who will be the ones who have voted against it? It'll be Reform UK. Because they have been the biggest wreckers to this project since day one, because they did not win the mayoral race and they do not want to succeed. So I hope this passes. I really, honest to God, hope it passes, because it will be a big, big, big win for South Yorkshire. If it doesn't, why invest in South Yorkshire in the future? Remember what happened to DSA? So we'll see. We'll keep a close eye on this. But as always, let me know what you think down below. If you are from South Yorkshire, let me know what you think. And of course, as always, we'll see you all, of course, next time.